economic empowerment of women and girls. Kamala Harris noted that entrepreneurship, digital inclusion, and supporting the work that must be done to increase food security, including adaptation of the effect of the climate crisis, was also part of her agenda. The National Petroleum Authority (NPA) has urged the public to regularly check the cylinder rubber seals, washers, in the valves and connecting hoses to see if they are worn out or damaged. The hoses serve as gas distribution line between the cylinder and the cooker. The Consumer Service Manager, NPA, Mrs. Eunice Bedunyako, asked the people not to repair damaged hoses and rubber seals by themselves. Instead, take the cylinder to the nearest LPG dealer for a safety check and replacement of the worn-out hoses and seals, and additionally, make sure their hoses are secured with proper clips. She made the call at LPG Awareness and Sensitization Campaign depots in the Upper West, Savannah, Bono East, Bono and Ahafo region. The NPA team from the Corporate Affairs and Gas Directorate conducted a sensitization campaign through one-on-one engagement with traders, market women, drivers, depots and radio interviews. Mrs. Nyako urged the public to keep liquefied petroleum gas cylinders outside the kitchen to prevent explosion and resultant injury, death and property damage, and should be placed on wooden platforms with roofs to prevent the cylinder foot ring from getting rusted or damaged from direct sunlight, rain, and tampering. In other stories, the biggest industrial action in decades is set to begin today in Germany in the transport sector as workers go on strike in response to soaring inflation, paralyzing Europe's biggest economy. Reuters cited unions as saying wages needed to be raised as this was a matter of survival for workers, while employers called the strike completely excessive. This doesn't bode well for further development as unions have asked for pay rises of between 10.5% and 12%. Inflation in Germany hit 9.3% last month, rising more than expected on both an annual and a monthly basis. Energy inflation was even steeper, with prices up by 19.2% in February compared with a year earlier. Now, food inflation beat even that, clocking in at 21.8% in February compared with a year earlier. The outlook is not particularly optimistic. An economic researcher at Commerzbank, Ralph Solving, told Reuters that although the inflation rate may fall in the coming months because energy prices are unlikely to rise as strongly as they did in spring 2022, this does not mean that inflation is over. Now, cargo theft continued to be an issue across Mexico's roadway during the first 2 months of the year. Freight crimes across the totaled 237 cases, with 129 incidents in January and 108 in February, according to Mexico's National Association of Vehicle Trucking and Protection Companies. The total number of cargo thefts during the first 2 months of 2023 represented a 29% decline compared to the total robberies in the first 2 months of 2022. David Roman, president of ANEF, said despite the year-on-year decline in cargo theft, more freight crime is occurring near industrial parks as new manufacturing investment pour into Mexico. The most stolen cargo included food and beverage products, electronic and home goods, according to Raman. Raman also said the majority of recent robberies took place in the afternoon. The state of Mexico ranked number 1 in cargo theft in January and February with 166. The area includes Mexico City and is the most densely populated part of the country. Jalisco had the second most cargo crimes during the first 2 months of 2023, with 87 in number. The state is located in western Mexico and border of the Pacific Ocean. Jalisco grows barriers, agave and limes, as well as produce dairy products, eggs and pork. The state of Puebla ranked third with 73 thefts. Michoacan had 27, and the state of Guanajuato and Veracruz total 25 apiece for January and February. On this note, to wrap up this morning's edition of Maritime and Port News, proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide you with the best in all your shipping solutions. Contact them at the Shippers House in Accra. For more maritime and port news, follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Nanesi Boateng. My name is Nanesi Boateng. My producer, Kwekwa Bwaji. Have a great day.